Today, I have my esteemed colleague and friend, Dave, from Hanobi.
That's right.
So let's talk about Hanobi. You just started this business, right?
Yeah, and launched on January 1st of this year.
January 1st. Has it really only been that long?
Yeah.
I feel like it's longer. I've only known you since October.
I know. It feels like longer, though.
Yeah, it feels like 10 years.
It has.
He wears on me, everybody. Like, all the way to the core. No.
Straight down to the heart.
Yeah, right. But, okay, so Hanobi. Tell us a little bit about Hanobi. What's your background? Because I think you need to do a little intro. People know who I am by now.
Yeah, a little background.
Yeah.
I was a cop for 15 years in Colorado. I ran a police
Can't trust
agency. No, damn these cops.
Yeah.
Ran a police agency, ran a SWAT team, did a bunch of things within training unit.
Wait, you ran a SWAT team?
Yeah.
Wow, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was on a SWAT team 10 of my 15 years.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I ran a DUI unit. I was a Krav Maga instructor. I was a DUI instructor, a DRE, which is a drug recognition expert.
Yep.
So I can evaluate you and know what you were under the influence of.
Was I drunk on Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
He caught me.
Got him.
If he caught that, but he actually caught it. Maybe he isn't lying.
Got him. So I had a good career in law enforcement. Breathe, ate, and drink the Kool-Aid, essentially. I wound up having some issues with my agency. I was supposed to be the next chief of police. The chief threw me under the bus to save his own career.
That happens a lot.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like it,
Yeah.
especially in that level, because when you get to the top level of those departments, they're mostly political and less being a cop anymore. Because I've known a couple of chiefs, and they're great guys, but they all said the same thing to me. They're like, "I hate my job. I'm no longer a cop."
No, you become a political entity for the city and for the agency, and it's rough. So, and I knew what I was getting myself into, but I realized he was going to go down that road. Threw me under the bus to save his own career, and wound up. They talk about police being brotherhood, stuff like that. I wound up having like 4 or 5 of my own guys on my team turn on me because of what the chief at the time promised him.
Well, I mean, you got to think that people, careers. Not that this is right, but I think, I have this discussion with people in a different way all the time. But you try and bring over talent to come over, and the number one thing they got to think about is like, well, my family. If the chief, the boss, is saying you do this or
else,
it's pretty hard.
It's hard to say no, and I get it. So yeah, unfortunately, I wound up having a lawsuit with the city. I can't really talk about it because the NDAs and everything in place there, but wound up going through an ordeal. Kind of got blacklisted from law enforcement Colorado because of this until I actually won the case against the city. And then I got tired of the law enforcement dynamic at the time. Wanted to change and moved to Vegas in 2019.
And then how did you get into this field? Because Hanobi is, you haven't even explained what Hanobi is yet. What is it?
So Hanobi is a research use only peptide for research use. Came up with the name, just sitting there thinking about the names one day, and Hanobi this stuck. Don't know where it came from, don't know how. It just
I thought it had something to do with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, it really has no meaning to it. So we figured we'd recreate the whole meaning around Hanobi, right? I looked it up. There's no meaning to it. There's no dictionary definition of it.
You created it.
I recreated it. Yeah, I created it.
Yes. Okay. So how'd you get into the peptide space? Did you have clinics before, or you still own a clinic?
Yeah, I have had clinics. I still own a clinic.
Okay, I thought so.
I bodybuilded for years.
Yeah. What a great friend I am. I'm asking these questions. I'm like, man, am I wrong on some of this stuff?
I think we talked about it. But
we do talk. I'm just making sure something hasn't changed.
Yeah. No, we're still good. Yeah.
Right.
So I wound up going through a clinic out of Florida, like in 2017, to get my testosterone legitimate.
Yeah.
So I can have a prescription for it. Mm-hmm. So from there, one of my best friends in Colorado opened up his own clinic. Fast forward to 2020, they did a franchise model in Vegas when I lived there. I helped them open it, run it. Mm-hmm. They had some shitty business partners. They wound up embezzling some money and fucked over a bunch of the clients, the patients. And I was kind of the face of it at the time. So these patients were coming out for me. I'm like, hey, I have no idea what's going on. So I had another buddy in Colorado who had a clinic. He let me kind of do like an independent contractor model through him.
Okay.
Sent my patients to them. I wound up growing so fast that they couldn't handle me anymore.
Oh, wow.
The influx of patients I was bringing in.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah. So now I did a license agreement with them to use all their services, use our doctors under their licensing. And within 8 months, I wound up buying out of that and buying my own clinic.
And you're in Vegas.
I'm in Vegas.
So is the clinic in Vegas?
The clinic's in Vegas. It was. One of my clinics was in Vegas. Now my clinic is based in Colorado.
Okay.
So the way Nevada law is lately, the Board of Pharmacy is
they're a nightmare right now.
They're ridiculous. They make up the shit as they go with
it. Almost every state has a little bit of that. Like when you deal with like Mississippi, the laws in Mississippi are a nightmare, and they did it on purpose to basically keep the big guys out.
Right.
But in doing so, they've just made this
This
giant
garbage.
ball knot of crap that makes no sense.
Yes.
You know, just kept on slapping stuff on top of it to
Yeah.
keep things secure.
So I had some issues with the Board of Pharmacy where they tried to come after me a couple times, and when I reopened a clinic, I wound up getting in bed with a couple of shitty business partners and learned the hard way, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, California ain't any easier out here.
So, but yeah, I wound up opening another clinic in Colorado with one of my friends. So I've been doing that. Actually, I've had clinics since 2021.
Nice.
My first clinic, we grew organically to 6,000 patients.
That's a lot of patience.
Zero marketing.
So say my target number for my clinic that I'm opening is 250.
Yeah,
No more.
and that's good.
Yeah.
And you can still sustain it. You do the subscription model, whatever you want to do.
It's more of a concierge thing that we're trying to do.
You have the niche. Concierge, a big way
It's
to
in
go
Orange
now.
County. You know, it's like I don't know, like depending on where you are in Colorado, I don't know the area that well. I'm sure there's parts of Colorado and Denver, and obviously you got Aspen and Beaver Creek and some high end areas, but that you could probably get away with the concierge style model.
You can. There's definitely. So when I first launched clinics, I was doing it like an a la carte model. And I learned very fast you don't know what's coming in, or you know what's coming in, but you don't know what's going out your back door. Because you don't know, if somebody didn't call you, you weren't getting paid, or you weren't filling prescriptions. That's why this new clinic model is more of a prescription style clinic. Mm-hmm. So we have a subscription model that we go off of, that we have our core off of, and then we can build onto that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So what is your what do you start at? Because I think a lot of people are done with the typical general practitioner in a lot of ways.
they are, right? Because they don't want to go wait 4 hours at a freaking medical facility anymore.
It's
at a
like that.
doctor's
Like I
office.
remember you calling like, hey, I'm not feeling well. I want to come in. They're like, yeah, we can see you in 12 days. You're like, well, if I'm still sick in 12 days, I'm probably going to be in the hospital.
Yeah, I should
You
go
know
to the
what I
hospital
mean?
at that time.
So it's a nightmare to get in. But number two, I just think that a lot of people have lost faith in some of these practitioners that are on the older side that just don't keep up with what's
Yeah,
going
they're
on.
not progressive.
modern.
What I found out coming into this business or this realm is a lot of these doctors are so narrow-minded. They don't want to expand or be progressive.
No.
They're just up. Did my training, did my college, did my whatever else, and now I'm good. I don't want to do anything else.
They got the fucking plaque on the wall.
Yeah,
You know, and it's so funny. And don't take this because there are a lot of great doctors. I love doctors, but there's a lot of people that also they use that 2-letter DR
Yes.
as a way of being better than everybody.
they think they on a pedestal.
Yeah, and unfortunately I've had to deal with some people that are actually very smart that just get in their own way.
They're too smart for their own good.
Yeah. And then I've worked with other doctors that are just the best people on earth that are just open-minded, and they use the fact that they've gotten that education to progress themselves even further. Just even some like mutual friends in our world, that are, Sanjeev up in LA, it's Beverly Hills Rejuvenation. Guy's a freaking G, man. He's got patents. He does the, if they're not stem cells or not exosomes, they're, what are they called? Not T cells, but it's like a stripped down version of an exosome.
Is that the one you and Kaveh were telling me about? You were up there like a month ago.
Yeah.
getting it done?
Man, that's gonna drive me nuts. Why I just like literally escaped my head. It'll come to me in a minute, but finding new ways to help people, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing in ours. Is it's a whole different model. Like we have a gym built into ours.
Your new model's amazing. Having the gym there, having the doctors there, having everything
Hyperbaric
that-
chambers and red light beds and everything in the small molecule space that is there to offer, and it's all included.
Yes.
You don't have to. What's nice too is instead of people being like, oh, can I afford that, or what does it cost, it's now going to be what's really wrong with you and what do you want to do, because you don't have to take everything because you have it always at your beck and call.
Right. It's readily available to you.
Yeah, it's readily
Like it
available.
was
So take
before.
the stuff that you really actually need. I'm hoping that that's kind of what people will do. Not to mention to have it monitored by a doctor. If you are doing exosomes or PRP or peptides,
There's real-time updates, real-time.
Yeah, well, it's what's nice is because they're unlimited. Like you're not going to have to like come in and pay. Oh, like how much this week, or if the doctor Peter's like, yeah, I think we can increase your dose.
Switch it up or increase your
Or
dose
yeah,
further.
like hey, let's move. Or like hey, you've been on this for 2 months now. We're gonna pull you off of this and we're gonna move you on to something different for the transition. you know, but like you can keep working towards that and
and figure it out.
yeah, well, you just never have to worry about like,
And you're not shotgunning yourself, you know, necessarily throwing 15 compounds in your body at once, not knowing what is doing the job.
yeah, exactly. So, and you know, all the other like fun things like putting a $140,000 red light bed in there that you can use.
Hyperbaric chambers.
Hyperbaric chamber in there that you can
Cold
use.
plunges.
Yeah, it's all there. You know, do whatever you want. It's like a little
nice.
playground.
Yeah. So that's another reason, you know, which I love about this space, why I like helping people, is I've had a lot of patients and clients come to me and they've gone to some shitty clinics.
There's a lot of them out
Unfortunately, they get misdiagnosed, or like we talk about, they shotgun them. They throw 15 different compounds at them.
there. Yeah.
They throw the hormones, they throw the peptides, they throw a little everything, and I'm like, what is actually working here?
I feel like that was kind of like the Transcend model for telehealth.
I was going to say that, but yes, that is. I've seen a lot of their POs.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there, I'm like, whoa, they overcharged.
For 15 grand.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I looked at them like, what'd you call about? You're like, oh, I wanted to get my test checked.
Yeah, and you come back.
And they got like 19.
They said, oh, the doctor's preview for all this.
Yes.
It's like overwhelming.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of them overlap too. I remember looking at one of them, and they had like 4 weight loss products on there. The guy had no weight issues.
That's
Like he similar build to me. He was actually like 2 inches taller, probably less muscular, like just as muscular, but not as lean.
yeah.
But dude's in great shape. Like
Last thing he needed was the weight loss.
definitely not 4 of them.
Right.
You know.
And I'm sure there were some stims in there too that probably.
Oh, I did. There's so much stuff on there. I mean, I think they had T3, T4 on there. I'm like, why are they messing with your
Thyroid?
thyroid? Like, you don't have a thyroid issue, you know? And that's the kind of stuff, if you do that wrong,
Yeah, you can really mess up somebody.
well, you could swing it back and it could work wrong the rest of your life, and then you turn into a freaking chubby bunny
Right.
forever. No one wants that. So, yeah, it was a very weird model, and I can see why they're not in business anymore. They got bought out or whatever happened.
That, and they had issues with the Stark Law. And
Yeah, they had all sorts of
many
issues.
issues.
Yeah. So, but this moves on to better pastures for other ones that are better. I mean, there's a lot of good companies going out. I mean, you know, your company is great. You guys have some really good people that, you know, your model is very concierge-ish, right? You know,
Right.
with helping people.
yeah, once we reopened, I think we have 400 active patients now, which is fine. I'm good growing small because when I grew to 6,000 patients, I couldn't handle it. You grew so fast. It's like it was overwhelming.
You got to get a lot more people, and if it's one thing I've learned, people are the most important investment now because everything is AI'd,
Yes.
right? So AI has basically put every dumbass and given them a seat at the boardroom table, right? They because they can throw something in, they feel like they're an expert,
Right.
and then
Throw
you
to
got
ChatGPT or whatever it is.
yeah. And don't get me wrong, knowledge is power. You can learn a lot, but level of experiments, dealing with people, real world, like, all these people that sit there and they quote like what Selenk does or what CMAX does or what, how testosterone, like, great. You went to medical school or you read it on ChatGPT or you Googled. That's really good. That's lesson 1. But do you have 14 years of experimenting on yourself?
Functionality of it, the function.
10 to 20 million customers that you've seen results through. That's the kind of stuff that ChatGPT ain't going to tell you.
No.
But because they have it, they feel like they're experts, and you got to deal with that. So it's hard finding really good people because they can also trick you.
Yes, that makes them look good on face value
Well, they can seem very educated.
until you get in the thick of the weed.
Oh my gosh,
Man,
yeah,
I'm sure you've had horror stories about that.
I mean, we had a scientist that, doctorate, all that kind of stuff. And, he's a peptide scientist, he's a doctor. And the amount of things that he did wrong, and don't get wrong, science and chemistry and research is research. We do real research at our company.
Absolutely.
So we are finding new ways to do things. But very basic things that he said he knew how to do. And then when it came down to the wire, you're like, ooh, he's not doing that right. Yeah. I don't think he ever was able to get a sterility test done. Like, he could never figure out how to run a sterility test. I'm like, how do you not know how to do that? I mean, we third party everything anyway, but like, he could never figure out how to run the sterility machine in our facility. I'm like,
It's kind of a big deal.
well, it's, it scares the shit out of you. Like, oh, you didn't pass sterility. You're like, what? And then you set it out. You're like, we passed sterility just fine. Like, there's nothing in there. And it's because literally were like, oh, he ran like 20 tests and kept on doing them. Now, it could have been the machine, but this doesn't change the fact that he doesn't know what's wrong.
Right. You know how to fix the issue.
Yeah. So, and that comes down to experience, right? So, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg with the things that went on with him. But, but yeah, it's, the experience that you have, and we have a guy named Mark now that runs operations, and he's like the GM of like a bunch of our facilities.
Yeah.
The guy's been doing lyo work for 40 years. Like he's got a lyo in his garage.
That's crazy.
That he just F's with at night or on the weekend. Yeah. Like I'm like, who the hell puts a lyo in their garage to just mess around with? I'm like, that's my guy.
Right. That's what I want on my team.
Yeah, that's the guy I need. And he's really, really cool. He's got a really good heart and really good with people. So, like I said, but like how many people did I have to go to before we found a Mark? And I may never find another Mark.
Right.
So you go from 400 patients to 6,000, you need like 10 more Marks.
Right, and it's hard.
And,
and giving people that trust to either talk to them or to deal with the business side, it's scary. And that's where I can run into issues with crappy employees, people I brought into the business as consultants or business partners that just try to take advantage and figured it was an easy money grab and try to take it.
Yeah. So you were in bodybuilding too. So
yes.
How long ago was that?
My last show I did was 2017.
Oh, wow, you're old, bro.
Yeah. So I want to do more shows, but I wanted to kept injuring myself.
Yeah.
I had a knee replacement in 2021.
Yep, that's a good scar.
Yeah, pretty good scar. Then 2019, I was getting ready for USA's, and I tore my bicep tendon. My distal bicep. One? Yeah.
That's like no joke. I was the only person I ever knew that did that when I did, and that was a long time ago. And since then, Drew tore both.
Yes.
And then I was
picking me up.
And then I talked to a guy this week, my girlfriend's friend, and he's torn bicep. You had torn bicep. It's just seeming to become way more common. I'm trying to figure out in my head why that is.
I did a dummy drag. I think it's because people that work out like us, we're tighter, and you put your arm in a weird position it's not used to, and it just cranks onto that tendon and snaps it.
Yeah, the muscle powers through it.
Yeah.
I mean, mine wasn't anything like that. I wasn't even in shape. I was throwing a freaking piece of luggage in the back of a truck.
Well, I also think it's weird things that you're doing, right?
No, for sure.
Functionalities.
But like I'm saying, I didn't hear a lot of bicep tendon issues, and now I am. Right. So I'm just kind of.
Do you think it's because more people are just
I don't know. It's trends of things, but I don't know. It's something that I'm just kind of keeping my eye on to see why.
Actually, when I got the surgery, it sucked 6-7 months of recovery, but now my bicep's better than my good one.
Yeah, my right arm is, I never have an issue with at all. And now my left one, I have like more of an elbow issue, but that's like tennis elbow.
Right.
Golfer. I don't remember which one's which. The inside hurts.
Yeah. That's more like tennis elbow.
That's tennis? Yeah. Tennis is golf. That. Okay. Whatever. But, yeah, I always get those confused. But that's about the only thing I really ever have wrong with me. Yeah. I did find out I was on vacation last week, and I decided to do yoga. I'm the least flexible person on earth, I feel like now.
Last time I tried yoga, I thought I was going to die.
I don't know if it was that. It's just I felt like a freaking toddler trying to walk for the first time. I'm this
uncoordinated.
The lady's like, "Ken, you're going to walk your legs up?" I'm like, that is not happening.
I'm not going anywhere near that.
She's like, "Then you can just hop up." I'm like, "No, I can't." And then you could do this thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was 50% of the moves. I was just sitting there going.
One of the least flexible people out there myself.
Yeah, so now I definitely need to start stretching, but it's just so boring. Like,
it's just stagnant.
And I don't know if I'm actually doing it right. I mean, I guess you can't really do it wrong if you're stretching. But how long does it take? I got to figure this out. How long does it take before I actually go, wow, I'm actually flexible again? Is it like a week later I start to become more flexible, or is it 6 months later?
That's a great question.
Because how much time do I have to dedicate
to do it to see the results?
Feeling like Gumby again, See,
and I was never Gumby. I've always been a bigger person, so I've never been that flexible.
Yeah, I'm definitely not as flexible. But I don't have any problems, so that's why I'm like, I don't worry about it. But after doing yoga, I think, and then like all these bicep tendons, maybe that's what it is. We're just not stretchy enough.
Right. We're training, working out. We're just not stretching enough.
I just need more time. Can someone develop a time machine?
That's the issue, right? Nowadays for you and myself is just finding the time to get in there and do the right things.
Let's see here. I clear out this thing every day. I have 105 emails and 52 text messages so far today. And that's with me working the entire day so far.
I have 94 messages, 85 emails.
Yeah. So I got to get that cleared by the end of the day, plus whatever else is done. But the shitty part is every time I send one text message, I feel like I get 4 back.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
It's like it's never ending, especially waking up in the morning and I have like 85 text messages.
That's why I usually get I actually leave a lot of it till the end of the day, so I feel like people start going to bed and they can't text me back.
Right. You're like, I'll get them at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
8, 9 o'clock at night.
And I stopped texting all my friends for all the useless crap they send, which I hate doing because I feel like a horrible friend nowadays. But, you know, like when I see like, oh, you know, the Groove Cruise chat, and they're like, oh, this. I'm like, I would love to be involved in picking out the house to go with, but I just can't even look at this.
Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth. Like one of my best friends groups, I've known them since I was 5 years old. We're in a group message, and I will wake up to like 85 messages from them. I'm like, don't they have a career?
Yeah, you'd think. Well, speaking of careers, the Ducks look like they're going to have a nice career season, and we're going to get some more guys at the end of the year. For all you hockey fans out there, the Ducks are kicking ass.
Hopefully they play the Knights tonight.
Hopefully they win tonight. And I actually got on the Jumbotron for the first time ever. Even when I went to the Chicago Bears game and I took off my freaking clothes at minus 18.
You didn't get on the
I didn't make the Jumbotron. I thought for sure 15 minutes of me
prancing around
with no freaking shirt on in that weather. Everybody else caught me. Like, people were hitting me up on like friends of friends of friends of friends Instagrams being like, dude, did my friend just post a picture of you with your shirt off at the Bears game?
Yep. And
I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was me. I don't think anybody else was dumb enough to do it. But I didn't even get on the Jumbotron for that. But, you know, Sunday.
Look like for Triple H.
I got the look-alike like I look like Triple H. Which, by the way, is the first time I've ever had that. I usually get Aquaman, Thor, or a Viking.
Yes.
But Triple H is a good-looking guy. I'll take Triple H.
It was a good
for sure.
comparison, yeah.
Yeah. And from that, I've had 100 people in the last 2 days yell Triple H to me.
I know when they're leaving the game, like traffic stopped.
Yeah, people were like chanting out the car, Triple H. Well, and then I walk into the gym yesterday, so a day later, right? Work all day. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a quick gym session in. I was like in the area. We had a meeting at a new facility to do some testing work. And I'm like, okay, I got an hour. I'm going to go get a quick workout in and then go home and do dinner, and I'll just do text messages, right? I got to do them no matter what. I'm on the phone the whole damn time. It was a crappy workout, but at least I got moving. And I walk in the front desk, and I'm at Lifetime, and I don't get a foot inside the door, and a girl at the front desk that I've never actually seen there before, and I've been gone. There's a lot of new people there. She goes, "Oh my God, you were at the Ducks game yesterday." I'm like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "You look like the wrestler." And then I was laughing, so I was talking with them up at the front, and I walk around the corner, and I don't even get to the stairs, and some guy yells, "Triple H!" And I'm like, "Oh my God." Then I start walking up the stairs. I get a workout, and I'm on my phone the whole time. So someone else could have yelled Triple H. I had no idea because I had my headphones in. But I took my headphones out literally as I'm leaving, walking back down the stairs, and there's this kid in front of me. I believe his name was Matt. Matt turns around and goes, "Were you at the Ducks game on Sunday?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me. I was on the Jumbotron." He's like, "Oh, yeah, da-da-da." We start chatting. We're talking Ducks. And a dude walks out of the cafe and goes, "Triple H." I'm like, what the I'm like, all this stuff to try and build a brand and all this stuff.
Everything, your
I get one little freaking 13-second snippet that I look like Triple H, and I got probably more followers off of that.
Just because that's crazy how that works.
It's so funny. I guess I got to do more of that. I get on the Jumbotron as Triple H. I mean, how old is Triple H now? He's still kind of young.
He's in his like late 40s, early 50s. He's been around for a minute.
I know. I feel like, when was that? Like, it was 2000s?
Yeah, late 90s, 2000s. Like
I can't remember. He wasn't 90s. 90s was when I was like a kid. That was still Hulk Hogan.
It was like late 90s, right?
Hulk Hogan was like 80s, 90s.
Early 2000s.
I feel like Triple H was way later.
Triple H was with D-Generation X.
Wasn't that with like The Rock?
No, Rock, I don't think.
No, Triple H is after Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels was in Triple H.
Let's look this up.
Remember,
I'm not the ultimate wrestler. We should get Ash down here.
Yeah, Ash would know all this.
Ash knows.
I don't know how I know this. I just remember.
I'm going to make fun of you forever for this. When did ChatGPT did Triple?
Because they're the ones that came up with D-Generation X.
See, I don't even know what that is. Let's see here. You're probably right, and I'm gonna. Oh my God, you are so right.
Oh my God, how?
Career timeline, 1992 to 1994, but that was like small production.
Yep.
But he retired in 2022.
But now he runs the WWE, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in management. Late 90s and 2000 is when he was the biggest star. So we were both right. I said 2000s, you said 90s. I thought 90s was too early, but He's been doing. I mean, all those wrestlers they do it for like their life.
That's a
Do you
big
see that movie, The Iron Claw?
Yes.
Holy shit, that family was cursed.
Could you imagine?
No, like I can't. Like I don't know. I mean, maybe they kind of ended well with the picture, and there's like 13 family members and all the kids, and everybody's
Right.
still alive. He changed his name, but I don't like. Good for him for not jumping off a building.
Right.
Obviously, his other brother took his life, but the unfortunate of his other 3 siblings, the way they passed away,
Wild. Crazy.
is absolutely wild. And it was like very strange, like going for a routine shoulder surgery and die.
Yeah.
And then obviously his brother was having issues with the throwing up blood. You got to go to the hospital for that kind of stuff.
You don't just ignore that.
You don't ignore those things. But then his intestines exploded.
Yeah.
I mean,
luck
these
you
are not
have.
exactly. He was young. It's not. These aren't. Your intestines explode when you're like 90. You kind of go, oh, he's old. Not when you're 24 years old. This. I mean, and I don't know how much steroids they were using, and all that. But that's. I mean, I see a lot of guys in this industry pumping massive amounts of steroids.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
intestines aren't exploding,
And they're fine.
Yeah. So that was a really crazy story. Talk about a tangent, but yeah, it was kind of a hard movie to watch. I'm like,
It was sad. Yeah. You couldn't think it got any worse, and it just kept getting worse.
it kept getting worse, kept getting worse, kept getting worse. Yeah, like the guy wins the WWF, I think it was F at the time, belt. He's the champ, and like the night he's like crashes his bike and he loses his foot.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
What are the fucking odds?
Well, I mean, he was obviously drinking and partying a little too hard, but yeah, you're like, really?
Right. The same night you win the biggest thing in the world.
The biggest thing in the world. Like, that is your night. So, nutty, nutty, nutty. So, what's next? I know I see a lot of your guys' ads. You're working with a marketing group, and, what's kind of the next plans? Where are you guys going?
So, yeah, we have Hanobi. We launched Hanobi. Love that. Love where we're going with that. I also launched a consulting business this year as well.
Oh, good.
So, what I got tired of seeing is people launching clinics, not doing it compliant.
Yep.
These fly-by-night clinics just make a buck and screws the patients over.
I mean, that's how the peptide industry got so convoluted and
That
crazy.
too, and the peptides.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's how a lot of industries that are hot, you get a lot of fakers in there.
You do. And that's one thing I'm trying to distinguish. So I created a package. One of my buddies who's helped me do it. And then we have the legal side of it with Kave.
Yep.
So I went the legal side. So it's a turnkey solution, teaching people how to launch a clinic, peptide clinic, hormone clinic, fully compliant turnkey. I've done it.
What does that cost to, like, coming in? Like, what does that entail?
So there's different packages. The one right now that we're selling a lot of is $10K.
Okay.
You get it's guided. It's guided with me, so you get 3 days a week with me, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, an hour each day with me to ask me questions, like in a group like Zoom call.
Okay.
You get the modules to set you up. You get all my hookups for the pharmacy partnerships I have, the peptides through Alpha through you guys. Pretty much all this in the last 10 years I've been doing this. All of my key partners I have, I'm giving everybody access to.
So you're basically giving away the farm.
Kind of to a certain degree.
Yeah. Okay.
Still, and then also provider networks, things like that. Because one of the hardest parts is finding decent doctors that know what they're doing.
Yeah. Like we just had that conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if like doctors are necessarily the issue. It's finding a doctor that you can trust.
That's it. So it's a turnkey solution, right? Because this is a big industry. There's the population. There's not enough clinics out there to support it right now.
Well, and isn't there like it's not all states, but some of the states like the doctor has to own a certain portion.
Yeah,
of
like
the business.
most states you can't if you're not a medical professional yourself. You can't own the medical practice.
Yeah.
Most states are like that. I think Florida's like one of the only ones you can own a medical practice and not be a medical professional. So everything has to be ran through like the MSO, PLLC, things like that. So we set it up. So we pretty much give you like $50K worth of material and guidance for $10K.
Which I mean, let's be honest. If you're starting a business, and I get $10K is still a lot of money for people, but the reality is if you are at all not sure of yourself, $10,000 to make sure you have the right information and are doing things correct,
Right.
is literally a drop in the bucket.
It really is.
It really is nothing. I mean, do you realize the water machine that I put in my gym, that was $4,500 to dispense water.
Right.
So if you want to open a medical practice where you can legitimately hurt people and get sued to high hell and go to prison,
And that's the biggest thing is
hurt people is the worst
Yeah.
thing you could do, right? If you don't all the way know it, definitely need to work with someone like you. And if it's not you, there's other companies out there. I mean, Paul Bakhtir, he's been doing that.
He does a great job with incorporating peptides into med spas.
Yep,
I've actually we're trying to work on a couple solutions together right now.
Yeah.
To get that done.
Sharp guy. I mean, he runs something similar, and I know there's other ones out there.
So there is, and the ones I've looked up, they're good, right? But from what I've seen, they don't offer kind of what the offerings.
No, that's what I'm saying. So yours is more hands-on because I've never seen one where they get access. How long do they get access to you for? So it's 3 days a week.
It's a 12-week program.
That's a lot for $10,000. That's nothing.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I make more than $10,000 an hour.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm sure some things you do. But, no,
but you know what I mean? To invest, if you get me 3 hours a week for 12 weeks, I know this is only 36 hours, but my time is worth, I hate to say it, a week's worth of my time is more than $10,000.
Right. It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So we're giving them a hell of a deal for $10K.
That's a really good deal. Plus all the work you've already done that they don't have to do.
Right. So
I pay people for like some of the SOP work, right? Standard SOPs. For me to go in and write them will take an employee, let's just say one very basic SOP, which if you don't know SOP is the standard operating procedure. You basically need them when you're in the pharmacy world, 503A, 503B. Everything has to be
standardized and has the procedure.
It has a procedure. So if there's someone comes in that's using the machinery or they're making something or the pharmaceutical board comes in, they go, okay, hi, Dave, where are you on making testosterone, right? And it was like, oh, I'm on page 7, right? And it's like, okay, you measure this, whatever, it goes over. That's you have to follow. And if you deviate, you get hit.
Yep.
So they make sure you do these. So there's standard operating procedures for things that are very basic that you just don't want to waste the time going and writing. So you hire companies like you that'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's less money than actually paying someone to do it yourself internally, right? So I get that, but for $10K, that's worth it right there. Just not have to write all that information.
Having to pay, if you have to pay an attorney to do like the intake forms, the HIPAA compliant forms, the releases, I've paid tens of thousands of dollars to get this done, and this is part of the one. This part of the
and Kaveh, our attorney, is the best.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've had him look at it. I've had my other teleattorneys in the past. So I have this whole conglomerate of materials and forms and releases and everything. So I'm like, how can I do this to where people are getting the right education to do this right?
Yeah.
And not break the bank. Now I have other packages that go up to 80K. That's like a white glove where I do it pretty much for you.
Yeah.
And you have me for 12 weeks and you have my undivided attention. But that's a higher package. That's more of a one-on-one type thing.
Wow. I mean, that's great though. If you can monetize that and do 10 of those a year, that's pretty decent money. And
right there. So my plan is if I can get 100 people to sign up for the 10K package. And no, I don't think every person in that, as much as I wish every person would succeed in it, not every person is going to succeed or follow through with the entire modules.
Let's be honest. When I was growing up, I wanted to be an astronaut, and here I am. Right. So it doesn't mean because it doesn't matter how much help you get if you're just not good at the job or you don't put your heart and soul into something.
If you're not passionate about it, then it's
probably going to fail. And a lot of people do things just because of money, and I hate to say it. There's certain businesses that survive better off of more than just money.
Yes.
You have in medical field, care industries, things like that. They succeed because you have to care.
Yeah, when we get a 40% success rate, people actually launching clinics, and they have a passion for doing it right way. That's more access people can have and make sure everybody's doing it safe and they have a good solution. Yeah,
yeah. So on a different note, so what is some of the, obviously you're a pretty big guy. You're not bodybuilding like that anymore, but your freaking arms are twice the size of mine, which is pretty hard to do. What are you currently running right now?
I'm on 40 milligrams of test a week, 200 milligrams of Deca. I just started some Anavar, and I'm on a slew of peptides like SOUPP. Mm-hmm. I did FLGR for 8 weeks, which I'm going to get back on soon.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I've been off of it for 2 weeks, and I can definitely feel the difference.
It was amazing. I definitely wasn't eating enough when I was taking it.
Yeah, this comes down to, once again, the world experience of things. So many times I would try to explain to people how to run full statin products, anything that has to do with your myostatin receptor. And, the FLGR 242 that we've created, it's revolutionary. If you see it anywhere besides like a partnership of us or BioLongevity,
it's not real.
It's fucking fake, by the way. So don't let anybody do this. So and you can call and check, hey, do you guys sell these people? And if we go, no, it's fake.
And look at the price.
Yeah, it's patented. It can't be made cheap. It's a very expensive protein to produce, and it took 15 years to develop. So the product's phenomenal, but when running these myostatin inhibitors and so forth, the original products like ACE and full statin 315,
And
or
I've run ACE and
344,
run both those.
I would tell people, I go, hey, this is how it works. You need to eat 100 grams of carbs. I don't care. When I say eat, it's glucose. You can drink juice, applesauce, whatever. But
Get the nutrients what you need.
but if you can try to do a somewhat of a balanced piece, because you don't want to just insulin shock the shit out of yourself, but you got to get carbs in you, right? And then you go to the gym and you inject your leg, and you have to do into muscle because you put into fat. There's problems where you could have some heart issues. So you do it into the muscle, and it probably going to be pretty painful for you.
Doesn't feel good, I know
until
that.
you got used to it, the original versions. And then you need to drink a carb shake while you're working out, and then you have to eat immediately after like another 100 grams of carbs. And people would be like, well, that just sounds like I'm going to get fat. I'm like, trust me, you won't get fat. And then people would run it, and they wouldn't do that. And they'd be like, yeah, I got stronger, all this stuff, but I didn't really put on any weight. I go, they leaned me out. I go, but they were trying to use it for weight, right? If you want to get lean, there's way easier things and less expensive than dealing with that, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, well, did you eat all the carbs? I was like, well, I was afraid of getting fat. I'm like, Jesus, for the love of God, would you just listen and try it one time? Even if you put on 2 pounds of fat, it's going to come off of you.
But that muscle you gain is going to way outweigh the fat.
Well, no, it's not even that. Your body is so in this crazy state of insulin sensitivity and processing carbohydrates and, building muscle tissue at like this massively increased rate. But it's the window of how it worked was so freaking short. You like, if you ate all your carbs and then waited 2 hours and went to the gym and did it, it wouldn't work. If you didn't eat a meal right after the gym, it wasn't going to work that well. If you injected full stout in the morning and went to the gym 3 hours later, didn't do anything for you.
It's so short.
You had to do this very specific protocol, and then you also deal with the pain of it in the beginning. Your body does get used to it. But people wouldn't do it. But if you did do it, you'd see these incredible results. Now with the FLGR, what's great is I do the shot once a week. But
I've tried both. I did the shot once a week, and I tried microdosing it.
Yeah, I did the microdose too. I just felt like it maybe works a little bit better, but I don't see the point in jabbing myself again.
Such a long ester.
17 days.
Yeah.
So no point. So I do one shot a week, and I've been on the road a lot. My diet is not what it normally is. All these different things, and every time I see someone, people are like, "Jesus, you look bigger," and I'm not doing anything outside the norm, other than that. In fact, I cut out a lot of the other stuff. Like I haven't done IGF-1 in a long time. I guess my growth number is about the same. I'm just using 5 units, but I'm actually using some of this like crappy growth that I couldn't get rid of that's cloudy. So who knows if it's really even working that well, but I'm just using it on myself. So I don't want to let it go. It's fine.
It's the same way if I had, I'd use it.
It's just super high density. And each bottle is the equivalent of like 3 bottles.
Got it.
And it's so concentrated that it takes 4 days to dissolve before it finally becomes cloudy. Oh, and people are like, it's cloudy, I don't want it. I'm like, I get it. But you have to add a shit ton of water.
Yeah.
Right? And the bottle doesn't allow you to put a shit ton of water in it. Right? So people are like, oh, there's something wrong with it. I'm like, there's nothing really wrong with it. Like it passed.
Just high dosed.
It's just, they screwed up the dosing big time when making it. So I'm like, all right, well, fuck, I'll just use it.
Yeah.
So, but I have no idea how much I'm actually taking right now. Because there's
could be 5. Could be 5.
I think it's right around 5 to 6 milligrams.
Yeah. So I've been a big proponent of peptides for years.
IU, not milligrams. IU.
5 IUs.
Yeah, 5, 6 IUs probably. And I'm doing 4 days on, 1 day off instead of. I used to do 3 in 1.
Got it.
Because like when I use Serostim, that's actually a small. They're higher dose bottles, so you get 7 bottles instead of 10, and it's like 130 IU in those 7. So that's high dose too. And I do 1 bottle for 3 days worth.
Got it.
On that one. But that's I think that's right around like 4.5 IU.
I used to get the Norditropin pens I used to get. Those are nice.
Yeah, I've never done the pens. It'd be nice though, yeah.
It was convenient.
They're convenient. Serostim, look, if you look at this up, it's like $5,000 a kit.
I know. It's not cheap. I
It's
have
the
people
most
hit me up.
expensive one I've ever seen.
People hit me up all the time through my clinic. Hey, can you get me growth? I'm like, yeah, I can. It's going to be like
It's
10.
really
It's going to be like
expensive,
10K for you. It's not going to be cheap. unfortunately.
Growth works.
It really does. So, yeah, peptides-wise, I'm on Glow right now. I switch back and forth between Glow and Kalo.
Yeah. I use the Glow now because of my my head issues. I don't know if people ever notice, but I'm always kind of like itching my head. The dreadlocks don't help at all, but having, what's it called? The red shit on my head. Oh my God, my brain is not working today.
It's okay. It's just too much wine
psoriasis.
last night. Psoriasis. Too much wine last night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did have quite a bit of wine last night. I was okay with the wine. I just didn't get that much sleep. I'm like, I'll go to the gym later today.
Yeah.
Because
I'm very glad you texted me to say let's go to that later tonight.
Yeah, when I got done with the cleaning up a little bit and having ice cream, so I was like, "What time is it anyway?" Because Mike was trying to get a cab, and it was 11:58. I'm like, "Holy crap, where'd the night go?"
Fucking flew
I guess
by.
it took me forever to cook, and I burned the crap out of myself. You can see
on
a
the pin.
blister right here. Grabbed the wok, and I was touching the wood on the wok. The wood on the wok was so hot that I burnt.
There's the shit out of your
blister.
hands.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, that took forever to cook. I need like 3 woks.
Especially what you did last night.
Yeah, that was a lot of food. That was like 10 pounds of meat
Yeah.
in a wok. Yeah.
For one walk.
Yeah, I need to figure that out. I think I just got to do that stuff in smaller portions. It's not a good like group meal.
No, it needs to be like 2 or 3 people probably.
I'd say 2.
Yeah.
Because I did cashew chicken for just me and one other person, and it came out perfect. But I was only cooking
For 2 people.
I was cooking 1 portion size. I was cooking 8 portion sizes.
Right. And I think that's where you get messed up, right? You try to add 4 times or whatever it is.
Well, we did that. I just don't think it works. Like, it's kind of like chemistry. Sometimes you go, well, if you double, someone today, they want to make 100 milligram bottles or want me to make them 100 milligram bottles of MOTS-c and SS31, which SS31 you can't anymore because it's a patented product. So I said, sorry, can't do that one. But the MOTS-c I can. And I go, but there's a huge issue with MOTS-c. Like, if it was easy, you would have already done. Like, I'm gonna have to science the hell out of getting it. We're like, well, why can't you just, you make 10 milligrams, you make 20 milligrams. Why can't you just times it by 5? And I go, as much as you think that'd work,
It's not that easy.
it isn't that easy because you have volume sizes of liquid. Then it has to go into the lyo. How much liquid's in there? Can the lyo actually do it? Does it gum up? Does it dissolve? Does it evaporate? Does it explode? Like,
Right.
It's just not as easy as, just 5 times the amount. And if it was, then yeah, I'd have a lot of stuff in higher dose. Because I'd like to get things in every bottle to be a 1-month bottle.
Right,
Like,
that'd be nice.
Not everything, like PT 141, stuff like that. It doesn't need to be that way. But for people that do like CJC Ipamorelin or something like that, that bottle that we make is basically a 2-week bottle.
Right.
I'll probably do a double and make it a 1 month. I just haven't had the time. But people that MOTS-c has become so damn popular. I mean, the way I've run it is always different. So most people don't understand how MOTS-c works in the
I was about to talk about this.
because, and this is very important. This is how quick your body makes MOTS-c. So if you just go to the gym and do a workout and were to blood test yourself before the gym and then after the gym, you'd probably have somewhere between 10 to 15 times more MOTS-c circulating in your body from the workout. That's how you generate. So for all these super athletic people that are going to the gym a lot and pumping in MOTS-c, and especially at low dose, like 1 milligram a day,
Yeah.
it's probably like taking like vitamin C is normally taken in like 1,000 milligrams.
Yep.
It's probably like taking like a 10 milligram bottle of vitamin C and be like, at least I got my vitamin C in today.
Right. Which did nothing.
It's not enough to make a difference because if you're one of those gym goers, the dose is either too low for the result you're wanting, or it's something your body doesn't even need
Right.
because you go to the gym. Whereas you would want something maybe more like an SS31 that can help repair the mitochondria you have in there, so the ones that are in your body are working more efficiently.
Right.
Right. But for me, like when I do MOTS-c, I do 5 milligrams at a time.
That's what I do.
In a single dose,
Yes.
right? So, and you can even take that up to 10 because I'm trying to get like a huge pump out of it once a quarter.
Right. That's
to
why you do
stimulate.
it one shot every 5 days instead of doing it on a daily basis.
Exactly. But if you do like a little bit every day, now, if you are a diabetic and you don't go to the gym and you sit behind a desk all day, creating higher mitochondrial function will probably give you better energy and allow your body to burn some weight off and stuff like that in those smaller dosages. But you got to understand the science of that part of it, and most people don't.
I've had a bunch of people come to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm on MOTS-c." I'm like, "How you been on?" Like, I've been on for 2 months. I'm like, "Why you been on it for?"
I know, like I said, if you're a type 2 diabetic, absolutely. And even then, I say 3 days a week.
Yeah, these are just normal gym people or just people that want to be in shape.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's going to hurt you at all, but I also think you're kind of flushing your money down there because you're not doing it right. But SS31, like that's a product that is more of something that you'd use if you're already in performance, and that's the same thing I like say. I said if you are someone that already is hyper into working out, you probably don't need a 250 microgram sloop pill.
No,
It's probably you're gonna need a 1 milligram, or we make that crazy 200 milligrams.
those things are amazing.
Yeah, and then or ATX.
So I would need to try that.
Yeah, so that one's like a clean out and a little bit of an uncoupler.
So you've been on and you've been just burning up.
Yeah, oh my god, I sleep on top of the comforter. Like I had a little chilly last night actually, which is good. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely soggier
Yeah,
than before with that, and my energy levels have been pretty fucking good considering how little I've been sleeping and how much I've been drinking because we were 50th birthday last week in Mexico. But yeah, that's a good product. And then I did make some BAM 15. I haven't done anything with it because I'm afraid of what it will do. But yeah, that's like a crazy mitochondrial uncoupling.
nice.
But there's other ones, Humanin, NAD. There's like I said, I think there's better options for people because they don't know the actual process of what MOTS-c and how it's created in the body. And if you're a gym goer, then you probably have plenty of MOTS-c.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Now, if you were to go to get it tested, which taking peptide tests are not the easiest thing in blood tests at all. In fact, you probably can't even do it. If normally you'd have to go to a real actual research center. It'd have to be done clinically. But if you do have actually very poor mitochondrial function,
You'll notice a difference.
you'll know. Yeah, I would think you'd definitely notice a difference even without. But you'd have to have a deficiency, and I think everybody thinks that they have a deficiency because they're tired. And I don't think it's because you actually have a deficiency. I just think we all are too damn busy.
Right. We'll just stretch ourselves too thin all the time.
Yeah, we don't sleep very much.
Not enough food, not enough nutrients intake.
Yeah,
water
bad
intake,
diets, off diets, changing of diets, kids, school,
life,
work, drinking, drugs, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like everybody's routines are all over the place. I mean, that's not being tired.
No.
That's or it's not mitochondrial issue. It's just being tired. I
Yeah,
guess
it's just worn out.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you are going through the daily stresses of life, I feel that ATX and SS31 are the better ones.
I like SS31. I ran the SS31, then once I did that, I did the MOTS-c.
Yeah.
And that was a good.
Yeah, I like you said, I run where's my phone at? So I did this little program, and this will probably be a good little clip that they'll throw in there because they'll shorten it up. But I literally break down each month what my targeted stuff I would like to do that I don't do all the time.
Right.
So for the month of May, I'm doing ATX 304. So I'll do 100 milligrams in the morning on an empty stomach. I run a 10,000 IU of HCG for testicular health. And then I run a couple of the the new bioregulators, Vilon, Ventfort, Cortigan, Thymogen, and Humanin.
Nice.
Now, I don't run them all because I don't have them all yet.
Yeah.
Or if I do have them, I don't have enough of them.
To run the whole cycle.
Well, no, to take it out of inventory for myself. I feel bad because we just haven't had time to make a ton of them. But I think we have 28 more bioregulators coming on in the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
So we have but even then I'm doing 500 to 1,000 bottles of each. So I want to see how they're going, and then if they're sitting there, I kind of just take okay, cool, that one's not moving much, I'll take. But anyway, that is my normal protocol. That is my May, and then all the other crap that I don't want to take. But those are the ones that I would do on a not all the time basis. But then let's go to June, and in June I do SS31, and then I do Cardiogen, Cardilax, Pinolon, Thymolin, Livigun, and Bronchogen. So a bunch of bioregulators.
Yeah.
The shitty part about the bioregulators, you can't combine them.
You gotta do them all.
Yeah, but the good news is I'm going to make them all in pills. So then it's just easy. Like I said, these are all injectable right now. That's why I'm not doing it. That's way too many injections.
Bioregulators, the bioavailability in a pill is
Yeah, they work. They're really small. They're like 1 to 3
Oh, that's nice.
amino sequence, right? And or it has to be more than one. But usually around 3, sometimes 4. And they're very small, but they do work. Now, when you inject them, like we make them in these astronomically high dose bottles that are not actually needed. If you start doing the science of it, when you inject it, you need very low.
Yeah.
But it's between 10 and 50 milligrams orally a day. So you have to take more, but who cares? It's, when
It's better than doing an injection.
that many injections,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, that's my June. And then you go into July, and then I do MOTS-c. So right now I'm on a different version of a one. I do FOXO4 for the zombie cells. I do epithalon for circadian rhythm and anti-aging and telomere health. And then Vesugin, Chonlatin, Pancreogen, and Metformin.
Nice.
Right? So I do that for July. And then you skip forward to get to August. And then August, I go back to what I did before, which is ATX304, HCG, Violet, Metformin. Yeah.
Nice.
So you kind of rotate through. So that's kind of like every 3 to 4 months. I rotate
through them. And
yeah, and then I have all my stuff that I kind of do on the regular, or is spotted for a specific region.
right.
So
I've been a big proponent of the Dihexa and Tesofensine lately. I've had a ton of concussions and did that, and then the C-Link and C-Max as well.
Oh, Dihexa is amazing. I use P21 when I'm at home, and then because I'm on the road a lot, and then I take Dihexa on the road.
Right.
Because it's a pill.
Which is easier to travel with, everything.
Well, yeah, and it also gives me breaks, right?
Yes.
So, but I don't like going off of all my brain stuff because when I go on trips, I don't bring C-Max, Slang, Oxytocin, P21. So I just bring Dihexa, Tesofensine with me. But one thing that's crazy is like the starting dose for Dihexa is between, let's call it 5 and 10 milligrams. And people are going to take that and they're like, I really don't feel much on it. But you are helping your brain, right? So you're helping repairs and, all these different things. If you need an actual honest bump in how you feel, take 30 milligrams. So we make them in 30s. And Kave, he takes that and he's like, it got me off of Adderall. He's like, I
believe it.
read contracts, go through it. I'm like, I don't know if I could say that for everybody, but he is like 30 milligrams. He is humming.
Hyper focused.
Yeah, his brain is working.
Yeah.
So, so I usually do that when I'm tired on the road. It's like I'm not sleeping very well, but I love taking Dihexa on the road with me. And it's so easy because it's a pill.
It's nice.
It's
convenient. It's easier. You don't have to worry about doing a shot every day or making sure it stays cold.
I bring Slupin and what's the other one? 5-amino-1 when I go on the road too. I kind of just take all the pills with me, and those are my times. So I'll do 150 milligrams of 5-amino-1, and I'll do usually a milligram of Sloop, unless I'm training for something. Then I'll do the 200s. But yeah, that's my on the road. But I don't bring anything else. I bring my growth hormone, but everything else I leave at home.
Yeah, if I'm on the road, I usually at least have my test with me, and
obviously you don't mess with your hormones.
And the Dihexa and some of the orals.
Yeah,
just traveling with the liquids is hard sometimes.
Well, I mean, this is like it's keeping them cold, and I forget too. So even if I do get them cold and I do bring them, I'll get home and I'm so excited to see my dogs or whatever. Oh, I'm home.
You'll sleep in your bag.
I was leaving my backpack. I'll go get my backpack the next time. I'm like, God, I actually did all the thing. I got the ice. I freaking boxed them, put them in there, and then there's $490 worth of shit I got to throw away because it's warm.
Yep.
So and then like you're going through and they're like, oh, there's too much liquid in your bag. It's like, like, I'm over. I don't want to check my bag.
Yep.
So it's a freaking nightmare. So yeah, the pills are so much easier to run with, and we have a lot more of them now that work.
It seems like there are more and more coming out that are pill form, or now you have the not the lozenges, but the strips. The strips,
yeah, those are really easy to take. I mean, you got methylene blue. That's another pill that people like taking for the brain factor. Yep. I just don't like my pee turning blue.
Yeah,
I did an IV of it, and it's always funny to look like I'm a Smurf.
Right? It's like, what happened there?
Yeah, it's good for Halloween. But yeah, what else you take on the road? That it? I think you have some NAD in my fridge.
Yeah, I have NAD and I have the glow in your fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the two I usually try to bring with me. And my orals.
Yeah, you drove out though. That's easier.
Yeah. I was in my backpack, had some ice with it.
Yeah, that's fine. Out. But flying's a whole different world. Like I got to fly to Ohio tomorrow. And I think I got a straight shot. No, did I? I think I actually have a straight shot from here to Columbus. But, for me in the morning, if I have a 9:20 flight, I got to leave for LAX at 7:30, which means I would have to pack up my stuff. Let's just say it's 7. And then I don't land in Ohio until 6:40, and I got to get through the airport in a cab to the hotel, checked in, and remember to
Put those back in the
take it out,
fridge.
get it in the fridge without them getting warm
Yeah.
through all that time. And that's if I don't check my bag. I got to do with those other little packs, and those things don't work for shit.
They get hot really quick.
They get so hot really quick. You have to use ice, and then you have to check your bag.
Yeah. It'd be nice, but yeah, unfortunately, that's just
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. So, anyway, what else is going on?
living the dream. You know, just been coming out here quite a bit more. I think you asked me last time if I lived out here now.
I know, yeah. I mean, you've been at my house like 3 or 4 times the last 2 months.
I have.
So,
It's an easy drive from Vegas. It's just nice
change of pace.
nice change of pace coming from Vegas out here and
Yeah.
getting to know everybody, and especially with the new gym opening up that you have is
Yeah, it'll be fun to
be
come out
nice.
here.
So
You always got a place to stay at my house, as long as you can deal with dogs.
I love your dogs.
Yeah.
Except for I step on.
Yeah, Java. Yeah, she was mad at you for 3 months.
Yeah, now she loves me.
Yep, she's
we're
back. Yeah, too, I took freaking Mochi out this morning. I get up, go downstairs, take her outside, and she's just sitting there. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch! This is one of those days you're gonna shit on my carpet again, aren't you? And I'm out there. I'm like, oh, she's not moving. So I go grab her. I kind of move her around. She's all right. She wanders around. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and she comes wandering back in. I'm like, I don't think she went to the bathroom.
She's gonna shit in the carpet.
And no joke, what'd I do? I was like on my phone texting, and I walk up the stairs, and she's just sitting on the little cushion, like all happy as can be, and I go, oh my god! And I walk past, and there's just a giant, long, like foot long, on there. I'm like, really? You came up just to shit on the carpet?
And then now you're all happy with me.
Yeah, I smacked her not hard. And, I did the whole nose in there,
Yeah.
threw her outside, and then she came right back in the doggy door, all happy and can be, grabs her bone.
Yes.
I don't know, how long does it take to potty train a dog? I feel like it's been going on for 2 months.
That's how stubborn they are.
Fucking corgis are
It's
stubborn.
pretty stubborn.
Corgis are definitely
Yeah.
stubborn.
So how do we meet each other, Trevor? I know people ask all the time.
Oh, so that was
Like,
at
you guys
Tao
act like-
Beach Club, baby, when we were filming for the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Tyler, our boy Tyler, he runs, well, now he's running,
director of Tau Group.
he's director of Tao Group.
He's over at Marquee now.
He's at Marquee, because they redid Marquee, so they want him over there. And they redid the Beach Club.
Yep.
They
They,
just-
they did the inside and the outside.
Yeah. So they moved him over there, but he was at Tao Beach. So I always used to go over to Tao Beach, and we're doing filming. And he's like, "Oh, you got to meet my buddy," and then you were already buying peptides from me, and then we hit it off, and then we were filming for Peptide Society, and I think the directors kept on they're like, "Hey, you got to stop. You got to go over here and do this," because me and you were just rapping out the whole damn time. They wanted to get
Yeah.
more footage of
Yeah.
us
Hanging
talking
out.
to chicks or this, that, and the other. And then I had my tattoo artist there, and then
Yeah.
that was when I was in town for 2 full weeks.
That's during Rape
Death
Olympia.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the
week before.
Olympia. Yeah, I spoke at the Olympia.
I think the night I met you, we played poker.
Yep. We had the poker tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you want to come play the poker tournament? And the chick won, the pro
Yes.
poker player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it came down to me and her.
It did come down to you and her. I was out first,
Yeah.
but I hadn't slept. So I was like, take it.
I'm going to bed.
I'm like, what am I winning off of this? A high five and a handshake?
Right.
I think it was like $10,000.
Something like that. I think it was for charity.
But I was, but no, she was actually,
She was fun.
yeah, she was a pretty good poker player.
She was.
And then yeah, we had, God, that was a long 2 weeks. This is all a blur.
You guys were nonstop, I remember.
Yeah, I mean,
So when I was at the house, I'm like, I got to go and get some sleep.
more than me, that house was a disaster too. Like nothing worked. I had no hot water
Really?
for 2 weeks. I had the only.
I remember you said your bathroom didn't work.
So the only place I can get hot water was I had to stand in the bathtub and use the
The hand one?
hand one to get hot water because all the showers upstairs except for Jason's room didn't have hot water.
Jesus.
So there was like 6 of us staying upstairs, and I'm like, I'm not gonna wait for the thing. So I just stand there in that cold house. It was October, it was starting to get chilly sometimes.
Warm, yeah, it depends on the day.
Yeah, and I'm just hand wanding myself taking showers. Oh, this is so annoying. And then we broke the front door handle off.
Did not know that.
Yeah, we broke the handle off. The pool, the heater for the spa broke.
The pool was freezing because I know the day we had the pool party, I jumped in. It was
The original chef quit. He just walked out.
really.
Yeah, it was a funny trip. Yeah, he was not a good chef. You know when like you screw up something so simple like eggs?
Yeah,
Someone goes, how does a chef fuck up eggs? And he heard it.
and lost it.
And he just lost it. I wasn't there, thank God. Because I would have been like, well, you did fuck up the eggs.
Yeah.
You know, but but then we got the guy from the Vegas Nights, and his food was amazing.
This food was good.
His food was really good. So, yeah, it was a good trip.
But yeah, I remember Tyler was telling me about you. I'm like, who's this guy? And he's like, he does peptides. I'm like, well, who is he? And he goes, Trevor with Alpha Bio. I'm like, oh shit, I've been buying peptides from him for my clinic for the last 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, even like we had a meeting yesterday with this huge testing company for third-party testing, and they do some genetic stuff as well. So I'm going to use them for some of their genetic work. And you know, welcome. He's like, you're the Alpha guy. I'm like, yeah. He's like, we've been buying your stuff for a while. We actually have some stuff right in the fridge. I'm like, oh, thanks.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we do get that a lot. And even if they don't necessarily use me completely, they know we've used you guys in the past, or, you know, we've bought stuff, you know, here and there. But, you know, people kind of move around with what they do. But the good news is like now we can literally make anything, you know, from,
Which is nice.
yeah. And with the, you know, everything from the category 1 is not a category 1 yet. I know there's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of people don't understand how that really works, but it's been removed from category 2, which means that they said, hey, the unsafe thing was wrong.
They're looking into it.
And then July, they'll go in front of the safety board, right, for the FDA, and then they're going to do it, and that will get stacked. So there's like 4 positions currently of the 12, and then RFK gets to pick the other ones.
Got it.
So it will pass. But even when it passes, then it has to get filed, and then it has to be open for review and debate.
It's not an overnight thing. That's what people don't think realize.
No.
I think it goes from one to another.
I don't think you'll see anything actually physically get moved to category 1 until next year.
That's what I was thinking.
So-
People ask me all the time, like, when's it going to happen? I said, it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, so my bees can't do anything
Right.
until it actually is on category 1 for mass production. Now the A's, they can kind of always get away with more.
That's honestly why I liked your product over getting it from A's.
Well, mine's consistent.
It's consistent, and it's just it's a better product.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize. I think if I were 3A pharmacy, just because it's FDA approved type pharmacy, it's better, and it's
Well,
not
that's
always
the funny part.
It's not always better.
It's not even an FDA approved. They're like, so if you have certain things that they have to qualify, yes, but a lot of those A's are just governed by the pharmaceutical board.
Exactly.
Because they're not sterile environments or all that stuff, and then they're making stuff in there, and they're wild west. There's good ones and there's really bad ones.
There is. I've seen all of them.
People don't realize that the A system almost went away. That big case in New York where they
killed the guy. People died because
they killed like 33
they
people.
had contaminated products.
Yes.
The sterile products.
Yeah, because so when we do these things like lyophilization and so forth, we're doing massive amounts of products. We're testing rigorously, and when we use things to kill off bacteria, if there are any, and so forth, right? And when you get done, you have 10,000 or 30,000 units of something, and then you could literally pull a bunch of bottles, you spot check a ton of it, you pull like 18, 20, 30, 50 bottles out across the batch, and you run them through all the tests. You test all of them. So you get like this laundry list of all these tests. And you get, okay, they're all safe. The problem with the 503A is they make batches of no more than 250 at a time. They're hand-filled. There's no machinery.
There's a lot of issues with contamination.
They're not being done in like most of the time. You walk into these A's, and their idea of a clean room is like the flaps that you would go through for a car wash.
Right, or like a meat packing plant.
Yeah, a meat packing plant, and then an AC unit, and then a couple of hoods. And there's people in there sneezing and whatever. You walk into ours, oh no, gowning process,
Cleanest.
fucking 2 sets of gloves, full face covers,
I think that's
goggles.
where people get this misunderstanding or this nomenclature about 503As. I think they're the best because of
Most people didn't even realize there was something else other than an A. Like 2 years ago, they're like, okay, so what kind of pharmacy? I go, no, I own drug manufacturing sites.
yes,
And they're like, okay, is it an A or a B? I go, I have a GMP
he's certified.
drug manufacturing site that's above those. Whoa, what state's you on?
Yeah, you can't talk sense into.
It's a drug manufacturing site. We don't have a state by state. We're federally regulated. We can go to all 50 states.
Yes.
We can sell to every country. We're like, oh, can you give me your? Oh, that's the other one. Can you give me your GMP certification? It's not a certification. It's not something you hang on your wall. It's the way you have to process your products. If you aren't GMP, you don't get to hold
The product.
my DEA license and like the thing that's hanging on the wall that says I'm an FDA drug manufacturer. That's certifying that I am a GMP. I have to be.
Yes.
And that like this misnomer, people just don't understand all. They cannot get it.
And I try to explain that to people.
And then they get frustrated at me because I'm like, I'm just telling you, that's not how it works.
Right, going through the clinic protocols or through my clinic, I tell people, I'm like, hey, that's where we're getting it from. They're like, why not A? I said, I'd sit there and I run my mouth, or I sit there and I was like banging my head against the wall.
Yeah.
The entire time, we're like, just know it's a better product.
Well, and there's things that you do that specifically they're not allowed to make. So if you are getting it from any, they're breaking the law there.
They are. And they're playing they're
they're like close them down, pop them up, close them down, pop them. And how safe and sanitary are those?
or the ones that are coming reconstituted already out of them.
Yeah.
Which I can't stand. I think it causes a lot of issues.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, nothing is completely safe. Now the good news is, like I said, there's a lot of really good ones, but
It's going to get better.
it's going to get better
with the regulation, which is good.
Yep.
Not going to have these, Chinese manufacturers claiming they're American made and
Exactly.
all that stuff.
And even though that's the other thing is you do have to buy a lot of this stuff. The base products do come from China, Japan, India, all these places. So sorry, you're probably gonna get something from China in there no matter what. I mean, processing and producing API in this country just really doesn't exist in mass in bulk because it's so dirty. It's horrible for the environment.
EPA won't allow it here.
No, they won't. Yeah, you can't. Even if you wanted to, they would never let you open up a facility that would be able to produce like enough product for, even a small state.
Yeah.
They would never let you open a facility that big because you would literally be dumping out toxins into the air, water. Like I hate to say it, but we kind of like, yeah, China, you take it. We'll pay you for it. You can just ruin your fucking environment. I mean, has anybody ever been to China and tried to breathe? This is like a real thing. The air is so bad that people have to get nose surgery because of all the pollutants in the air going through their nostrils. It literally carves and creates like holes in their nose and nasal cavity. And my partner Rob, he worked over there. He built all the high-speed rails for China. That's when he was out. He's like his nose was disintegrating. I was over there. My nose started bleeding about 5-6 days in, and I could not stop having bloody noses. And I have I've had like 3 nose surgeries now because I've broken my nose so many times. So I have a really sensitive nose, which kind of sucks. It doesn't work very well, but anything annoys the shit out of it. And I couldn't be over there. The air is so disgusting. If you want to start making API in this country, that's what your air is going to turn into.
Right.
It's just chemicals.
People don't realize that the process you put yours through is just above and beyond any other, the higher standard possible.
Yeah, for sure.
So which is nice to know. It's a peace of mind.
Yeah, for sure.
So people think, it's American made. No, it's still get the raws from here. And
but there is stuff that we do make here. There's a lot of stuff we make here. But like if you're buying mannitol, your mannitol is probably coming from an FDA certified facility making mannitol.
Right.
We bait the base aminos. We buy those, some from Europe. They're all over. Like we buy them. We do synthesize and make the whole peptide here, but some of those materials that you use, the different aminos, they might come from somebody in Japan or India. They just come from other places, and then we make it here. So, and guess what? Just like your Apple computer is probably being made in another country,
right? China, wherever.
Yeah. They're fucking it
exactly.
Or they're gonna all the parts. All the parts are being done in Taiwan, all these places, and then they ship them here, and we put them together. It's kind of the way it is. Countries and people, they the way you can get ahead in business is you be the best at one thing, right? And if making a microchip is what you can do, bang those out, right?
Do the best you can
to make the whole motherboard. You need a whole lot of other manufacturing sites. So if you can just make that one piece and make it better, you can supply the whole world. And that's kind of what it is. China took the stance, and same with India. They make all those research chemicals and chemicals to make drugs.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
So
we do all the researching. We do a lot of the research here.
Which is nice.
Yeah. We come up with all this stuff.
It's cool to see, especially hearing you talk about it or stuff coming down the road or you guys have in the works. It's
Oh,
cool,
yeah, there's
it's
so
cool to
much
hear
cool
about.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, today, like literally after this, I'm working on toothpaste, shampoos, and conditioners.
Yeah, the toothpaste you were talking about last night is cool.
Yeah, so no fluoride, take all the fucking nasty chemicals out, and then we're gonna basically, this is really weird because it's kind of counterproductive of what you think, but we actually coat the exosomes in a sugar to make them stable. But don't worry, it's not gonna rot your teeth out. But when you brush, you'll have peptides and
We'll get them to stick and get them to absorb. And
yeah, but you're brushing them into your gums, which should help, regrow if you have deteriorating gum lines, gingivitis.
Right.
Really help with that. And the best part is that's an open area. Like my teeth don't, like my gums don't bleed. I had a lot of years of really bad dental, and it was my fault. I didn't floss and all that stuff. And by the way, look this up. Not flossing creates more heart problems than probably eating sugar. But so floss your teeth. But yeah, this will allow you to get that. But those will get into your bloodstream. So like BPC and those products. When you're brushing, if you have an issue, they work off of inflammation. And if you have bleeding gums or problems, it's going to get right into that inflammation. You're putting it right where it needs to be, and it'll help work that area.
which is cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So it's a pretty cool access way that we're working on right there. And then everything with hair, you're in a hot shower, if we can get those pores open, we can get these things into your.
The biggest thing I see with my female patients and clients is I'm having issues with my hair.
It's crazy because I think a lot of people are like, oh, I went on GLPs and my hair's falling out. I don't think it's not the GLP making your hair fall out. It's your diet.
It's lack of nutrition. It's the lack of nutrition.
Correct. It's the lack of what you're eating. So if you're supposed to be eating a balanced diet, and you go on a GLP and you're just like, I don't eat.
Of course, that's where all the other issues.
Nutrient levels, vitamins, like that's the thing. If you're eating less, you got to be very calculated on what you eat, because do you know that like a real farm egg yolk carries almost all the vitamins you need?
Right.
Right. Well, if you're eating crappy eggs that don't have all those, right, and that's part of your meal that you only eat one meal a day because you did yourself on semaglutide, and you're like, well, I ate eggs, but you ate the crappy eggs that don't have all those. You're not getting enough nutrition, and if those things aren't in line, well, what starts happening? Your hair starts falling out,
get the muscle,
skin quality,
bone density issues,
all that stuff. It's all links. So if you are going to be on a GLP, that's not why your hair's falling out. Look at your diet and be very calculated, not with just, I ate these, but what are you putting? Is it organic or from a good source or from a good farm? I
think that's one of the issues with the GLP is people are like, oh, it's causing these issues. I tell people all the time, is create better eating habits down the road, but also you still need to have the nutritious meals.
Yeah, okay. So I was in Mexico and I was eating like a fat butt, and I'm doing like microdose Retta this week, so my appetite is not there. But I don't know if you notice, you'll see me every 2.5 hours. I drink.
Yeah, your muscle egg.
I drink 12 ounces of egg whites, and I eat a handful of cashews, and then an apple. I don't want it.
You just need for the nutrition.
But I do it to give myself there, and I'm taking all my vitamins, like a handful of different vitamins. And
I saw your bowl yesterday morning.
Yeah, well, that was just one of the bowls. I do 2 of those. But you gotta consciously know what you need to keep your body going, because you don't want to just phase it out.
Unfortunately, that's what people, they just want the easy way out, and then they don't want to eat. They don't want to do the right steps with it.
No, so things to think about.
Yes.
I think that's probably it. Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's 1:30 now?
Well, it's perfect timing.
Almost an hour and a half we talked?
Yep.
That's good.
Yep, we got to go meet Anna, ETA 1:30. Perfect. Leaving now. I got to go do some planning stuff. You going to come by the office?
Yeah, I'm going to go see Kavi at the office.
Let's go check it out, see how it's
progressing. Because I haven't been there in a while. I think last time I was in town was a month.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a lot. I was here last week, and we cut all the fucking flooring out. There's like 8 dudes digging trenches, so we replaced all the plumbing.
Nice.
So
is the plumbing that jacked up in the?
Yeah. So Orange County, when it was originated, we were doing cast iron.
Oh.
So it's all rotting out.
Got it.
If you have anything from like 60s, 70s, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then it was obviously, then they moved to like aluminum after that, or copper. And That was a big problem.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of copper issues in the neighborhoods, because most of the area was built before that, but we have the cast iron problem. So
everything's resting out, and
so you can sleeve them, but when you sleeve them, that's only got like a 15-year, and then you lose the width. So if it was a 3.5-inch pipe,
you're down to like a 3-inch pipe.
3.25. It's not that bad, but you can't just keep sleeving it. You know what I mean? So we had ripped everything up.
That's what this do though. If you're gonna do it right.
We're doing it right. Yeah. So it's an extra, $50 grand.
Yeah.